Okay, I'm going to go through task 29 and 30. These are the last ones on the homework booklet 1. These are a summary of all of the topics so far in homework booklet 1. So the first ones are about factorising. So if we're just factorising into singular brackets, what goes into 14a squared and 18a. So the biggest number that goes into 14 and 18 is actually 2. So no other numbers can go into it. So we need a 2 on the outside. There's also an a in both of them, so we can take out an a as well. Then think about what you times 2a by to get 14a squared. So we need a 7 to make 14. We need another a to make a squared. What you times 2a by to get minus 18a. So we need that minus. And we need a 9. It's already got an a, so we don't need another a. Next one across, what you times, what goes into 15 and 20 first. Well, 5 goes into both of them. We've also got a letter in both of them. So we've got a b in both of them, so we can take out a b. What you times 5b by to get 15ab squared. So you need the 3 to get the 15. You need an a and you need another b. And then for the second bit, what do you times 5b by to get 20b? We need a 4. So we don't need another letter in there because it's already got one b. When we're factorising a quadratic, write down your factors of the end number. So the factors of 15 are 1 and 15 and 3 and 5. We need to make positive 2. So we need the 3 and 5, but it needs to be positive 2 as the answer. So we need to plus 5 minus 3. If you do it the other way around, you will get a negative 2. So one of the answers has got to be x minus 3, and the other answer is x plus 5. It doesn't matter which way around you write it. If you write the x plus 5 first or the x minus 3 second, it doesn't matter. Right, next one we've got factors of 15 that make 8. So we need 1 and 15, 3 and 5. 3 and 5 make 8. It needs to be minus 8 though. So those two have to both be negative. So we've got x minus 3, x minus 5. We can see because it says plus 15 on the end, those signs have to be the same. Next one, it also says plus 49. So we need two signs the same again, either two negatives or two positives. So I write down my factors of 49. We've got 1 and 49 and 7 and 7. So 7 and 7 are going to make 14 if they are both positive. So we've got x plus 7, x plus 7. You could also write that as x plus 7 squared. Okay, it won't matter either way. I mean, x plus 7 squared is better, but it doesn't matter. Right, make a the subject of the formula. So we've got y in brackets a plus b equals 6t. I'm going to do it the way I did it the first time. So I'm just going to get rid of the y first. So if I divide by y first, that bracket just gets left. So a plus b is going to equal 6t over y. Then you can get rid of your b. So if I take away my b, I'll be left with a equals 6t over y minus b. Okay, next one, I'm going to do the subject of the formula first. So make a the subject of the formula. I'm going to first get rid of the d. So I've got ax equals c minus the d. Then I'm going to divide by the x to get a on its own. So we've got a equals c minus d over the x. I'm just going to do the integer one first. Write down the smallest integer that satisfies the following equation. So we've got to first get rid of our 42. So if I subtract 42, I'm going to be left with 3g is going to be greater than minus 12. Then if I divide by 3, I've got g's got to be greater than minus 4. So it's going to be minus 4. Next one, we've got to translate the vector by minus 6 minus 3. That means I need to go 6 to the left and 3 down. So if I pick this corner, it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3 down. So that's going to go there. This next corner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 3 down, 1, 2, 3. I forgot how many down I was going. In this one, we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. So that triangle is going to go there. It doesn't matter if you draw all over it, as long as you've indicated that this is your triangle. That's fine. Shade it in. Doesn't matter. Okay. Right, next one. If we've got anything to the power of minus anything, it means 1 over. We're going to flip it. This means 1 over 25 to the power of a half. Anything to the power of a half means the square root of it. So this is 1 over the square root of 25. Hopefully we know the square root of 25 is just 5. Okay, next one. We've got a regular polygon has an exterior angle of 45. How many sides does it have? So we know to find an exterior angle, we just do 360 divided by the number of sides. So if I do 360 divided by 45, that gives me 8. So we know it is an 8-sided shape. It is an octagon. Factorising a quadratic. Write down our factors of 24. 1, 24, 2, 12, 3, 8, 4, 6. Which pair can make positive 2? It's going to be a 4 and 6. It needs to be positive 2, so it needs to be plus 6 minus 4. So it's going to be x minus 4 and x plus 6. Sorry, that's scribbly. Next one, we're going to make t the subject. That's confusing because we're making a the subject. So if I make t the subject, first thing I want to do is get rid of the d. So I'll be left with at is going to be c minus d. Then I want to get rid of the a. So I'm going to divide by a to get t equals c minus d over a. A mouse is 18 meters. I don't think a mouse is 18 meters, is it? Correct. I feel like that's meant to be centimeters. I'm going to change that to centimeters. I don't think a mouse is 18 meters. That's a scary mouse. Correct in here is centimeter. So we need the upper and lower bounds. So whatever we're rounding to, we half that. So it's going to be half centimeter. For our lower bound, we're going to subtract it. So I'm going to go 17.5 centimeters. And our upper bound, we're going to add on. So 18.5 centimeters. Next one, we've got to a bit of indices. So we're going to do my 8 times my 4. That's going to be 32. Then x to the power 7 times x to the minus 3. We're going to add those powers. So if I do 7 add minus 3, that's 7 take away 3, which is 4. Over 2 x to the power 3. Don't forget that means divide. So 32 divided by 2 is going to be 16. And x to the power 4 divided by x to the power 1, we subtract them. So that'd be x to the power 1. We don't generally write it. So if it's just 16x, we don't normally write a 1. Right, we've got a right angle triangle. There's no angles involved, so there's not trigonometry. So if there's a right angle triangle with just sides, it's Pythagoras. So we need to square the numbers, then we either need to add or subtract them, and then we square root. We add them if we need our hypotenuse, and we subtract if we've got our hypotenuse. So in this case, we have our hypotenuse. So we're going to do 13 squared, and we're going to subtract 6 squared to get 133. Then we're going to do the square root of 133, which is 11.5 centimeters. Next one, standard form. We are subtracting in standard form. That means we write our numbers out of standard form. So we've got 2.6 times 10 to the power 4, which is 2. And then 4 numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to subtract 1.5 times 10 to the power 3. That means 1. And then 3 numbers. 1, 2, 3. So if I write these underneath each other to take them away, we've got to borrow. That's how we take away. And then that in standard form is going to be 2.45 times 10 to the power of 1, 2, 3, 4. And last one, we've got 3 over 11 in a fraction. This means we want how many times does 11 go into 3? I mean, it says fraction. It means decimal. So how many times does 11 go into 3? It doesn't go into it. So we carry our 3, our decimal moves straight up. How many times does 11 go into 30? It would go in twice because 22 remained at 8. How many times does 11 go into 80? It would be 7 because 77 remained at 3. How many times 11 go into 30? It would be twice, remained 8, etc., etc. So we